Now, we went in a little further. So these were the obvious reasons that came out, but we went in a little further and spoke to a lot of teams, a lot of development teams, and these teams came from diverse backgrounds, different skills, different experience, and we identified a few barriers which are there in developer productivity. Now, we all know that developers are a building block for any software organization. And it is extremely important that their time is used in the most productive way. Their time is the most valuable of all, right? So we spoke to teams further to identify what are these barriers, that they are facing in productivity. And we have the top 5 to share with you here right now. Now, the first one, of course, there was a massive amount of time they were spending in resolving conflicts due to the parallel development environment, getting an update on a conflict only when they go and sync into a branch, or only when they actually go and request for a merge of the code. Only at that time the conflict was risen, and then they had to solve everything at the last minute. Now, the other challenge was regarding the testing scope. So developers, were done with the coding that they had to do. However, they did not have the complete visibility of what should they actually test beyond the small change that they made. So they in their limited visibility, they did the testing. However, they did not know if their change is actually impacting the product in a bigger way. And that was leading to any kind of bugs in the product, other functionality breaking down and all. So which was causing a massive amount of rework there. Now, the third top reason that came out was the inability to track product development historically. Now, why do you need this historic information? Now, this historic information is required because you may not always be working on your code, on code that you created. There are multiple people working on the same code base, and you may be required to enhance or to add to a code which is already existing. So to understand how it has evolved over a period of time and why a certain thing is done in a certain way is extremely important. That is why you need this information, and it is not readily available anywhere. Now, another thing which was impacting the releases not happening in time, was the high cycle time due to the PR inefficient management of the PRs. So at the time of a release, there was a whole bunch of PRs lying in a queue to be handled. Now somebody has to go prioritize them, assign them, allocate them, make sure that the conflicts are getting resolved, make sure that the merge is happening. So there was a whole bunch at the end which was to be taken care of, which was causing the delay in the release. And then another one, as a manager, the importance of knowing where your developers are actually spending time. Are they doing productive work? Are they doing strategic work, or they are just working on some unproductive work? Is each one of them is actually delivering a quantifiable amount of release? It's extremely important, and to measure that, to make sure that is happening, is also a big challenge, right? So that's also one of the key challenges that we heard from people.